Like I said, I am a multi-class trader, so I'll show you how to do that both utilizing the scanner here today. One of the reasons I want to talk about that is because I know what goes on behind the scenes in the financial world. One of the things I also mentioned is I'm also a student of Market Traders Institute, so a lot of these techniques, especially with the market scanner here, I actually have learned from Market Traders Institute. And for those of you that might be brand new to MTI, MTI is Market Traders Institute. I am actually coming to you live here today from the Market Traders Institute in Orlando, Florida. This building you see on your screen right here, this is actually our building. We actually just moved into our brand new 70,000 square foot trading and training facility here about 2 months ago. I'm actually broadcasting out of that facility here this morning. The reason I want to talk about that is because if you want to become a student of Market Traders Institute, you can literally come to our building, get trained live in our classrooms here. We'll be able to teach you how to trade these markets. Also, we are a technology company, and I'm going to show you some of that technology here today. Now, we are getting a little bit of press. You might recognize this logo down here in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Happy to announce we were featured in the most recent Inc. 5000 list of fastest growing companies in the world. And you see as a letter we got here from Inc. magazine. We're mentioned in the same breath as GoPro, Under Armour, Microsoft, just name a few of these companies here. Now the reason we got on this list is because the bottom line, we are helping our team and our students get results in this market. In fact, if you go on our Facebook page, if you remind me at the end of the webinar, I can send you our Facebook page. You can go on. I think we have well over 50 or 70,000 fans of our page. A lot of people, ever since they post their testimonials, the type of results they're getting in this market here. But what I want to do is let's go ahead, let's get started here to kind of answer Isaac's question here, and get an idea of who I have with me so I can figure out which to focus on. We will be discussing how to use this for stocks and how to use it for the Forex. But if everybody can just quickly look at the screen right here, let me know what kind of trader you are. If you are a stock trader, go ahead, type in stocks. If you're a Forex trader, type in Forex. If you trade both, go ahead and type in both here, and we're going to see here today. Okay, so wow, so far, I would say probably about 95% of you are stock traders here today. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to show you both these here today. I am getting a couple Forex traders, and some of you are typing in both. And some of you are typing in options as well. I can actually show you here how you can utilize this utilizing options as well. Now, I am going to be discussing the Forex market here today. And so what I want to do is before we jump in, because we will be discussing this as well, let me just give you a quick minute here, a Cliff Notes version of what the Forex market is. For those of you who don't know, in the Forex market, what we're doing is we're trading currencies. You're trading the pound versus the yen, US dollar versus the Canadian dollar, in an attempt to figure out which one's going to gain in value versus the other. In this case here, a little bit about the Forex market. It is the largest financial market with almost limitless amounts of liquidity. There's over $5 trillion daily traded in this market, so huge opportunities to very easily get in and out of the Forex market. The thing about the Forex market, for those of you, I see a lot of stock traders here today, you're probably already well aware that there's over 40,000 different stocks you can trade in the Forex market, in the stock market. That's the neat thing about the market scanners. The market scanners that help you narrow it down to help you find opportunities. But the neat thing about the Forex market, there's only about 60 different currency pairs you can trade. Because we have over 20 years of experience in trading in this market, we'll actually show you which one's to focus on. Now, one thing I want to note, we're about to jump in here to the scanner in just a second, but in the Forex market, what we're doing is we're trying to capture what are called PIPs. PIP, it is an acronym. It stands for Price Interest Point. Now, to very easily and quickly break this down, just as there are 100 pennies in a US dollar, a penny, it represents 1/100th of a US dollar. Well, a pip, it represents 1/100th of a penny. So if we were looking for a unit of measure that is smaller than a penny, it would be the equivalent to a pip. In fact, a pip is represented right here by that 4th decimal point, and like I said, it represents 1/100th of a penny. There are 100 pips in a penny, just as there are 100 pennies in a dollar here. Now, to find out how much each pip is worth, in the Forex market here, we utilize leverage here. Now, your broker provides this leverage, and what we generally do is we trade in lot sizes. You have what's called a micro lot. A micro lot's about a $20 investment. Each pip is worth about 10 cents, so if you were to capture 100 pips, that would be about a $10 profit. Mini lot is about a $200 investment from your trading account. Each pip is worth $1. So if you capture 100 pips, you generate a profit of about $100. And a standard lot is the standard by which most traders strive to achieve in this market. It's about a $2,000 investment from your trading account. Each pip is then worth $10. So if you were to capture 100 pips, you would generate about a $1,000 profit here. So we're about to jump in here in just a second. So I just want to kind of give you an idea of when I show you results in the Forex, you kind of have an idea of what we're doing here and the type of results you can expect. I'll come back to this here in just a second and explain to you how this works as well here. So what I'm going to do is let me quickly explain to you what this market scanner is going to do. Like I mentioned, with the stock market, there's over 40,000 different stocks you can trade. Even the Forex market, there's still about 60 different currency pairs. We're going to utilize technology. Like I said, we are a technology company here. We do provide a lot of technology to our students, like the market scanner, like the charting software I'm about to pull up here. So the market scanner is going to help us save us some time to find opportunities in the market. So basically, for a lot of you here, if you were to pull up your charts, a lot of you might pull up your charts, you might not know exactly where to start. You might not know which ones to focus on. You might not know where to get in and where to get out. Well, here's the neat thing about this. Here's what the market scanner is going to do. The market scanner, I'm going to demonstrate this for you here in just a second, is going to help you quickly find opportunity in the market. So in case this trade here, this is on the Great British Pound US dollar currency pair, it called this trade. It called our entry, our profit targets, our stop loss, all this information, it's done right for you here in this here. So the neat thing about the market scanner is that it is a standalone tool, but I'm actually going to pull it up here right now. I'm actually going to show you how to do some analysis on top of it to get a little corroboration to go along with what the market scanner is calling here. So in fact, what I'm going to do right now, to start this off, I know some of you have probably been in some of the previous investor inspirations. I did call some trades in one about 2 weeks ago, I think it was. This is one that the market scanner called right here on Facebook. It told us that we were entering pre-selling. That was our entry. Our profit targets, our stop losses, all done for us right there. Here's the results of that trade. We entered right here. We hit profit target number 1, and we hit profit target number 2. Profit target number 1 was 86 cents per share, and profit target number 2 was $3 per share. For those of you that might be wondering, well, the market went down. How do you make money in the market when it's going down? If you were trading this as a stock trader, you would short the market. As an options trader, you would utilize a put option. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail explaining how that works here. We do teach our students here. We do have a stock and options program. We can go into much greater detail teaching you how to trade stocks as well. Now, what I want to show you right now, here's another one. Okay, here's Tesla. There's another one that was in one of those webinars. There was our entry at the green line right there. We had profit target number 1 and profit target number 2 right there. Now, here's the Great British Pound Canadian dollar opportunity. Once again, it was a pre-sell opportunity, so we were shorting the markets. On this case here on the pound Canadian dollar. Here's what ended up happening. There was our entry. We had profit target number 1, which was 182 pips. Once again, depending on your lot size, if you're trading it as a mini lot trader, that would have been about $18. If you're trading as as a micro lot, it would be about $18. As a mini lot trader, it would be about $182 profits. As a standard lot trader, that'd be about $1,820. Now the big one right here is profit target number 2. We came down here and we captured 438 pips. So depending on what your lot size is, you can determine what your profits would have been on that one right there. Now, before coming into the webinar, I did actually pull the market scanner up, and this is actually a trade they called right here on target. So I'm actually going to pull this one up right here. I'll demonstrate to you how the market scanner works, and we'll show you here how you can use some analysis over top of it to corroborate your trade, make sure that it is going in the right direction here. So you can see here, this target trade here, it told us our entry was at 69.54, profit target number 1's at 70.78. Profit target number 2, 72.15. Stop loss is at 68.65. So what you will simply do, in fact, let me go ahead, let's pull up the charts. Go ahead and pull up my charts right here. And here's the case here with target. What you simply would do is you can come in here and you can take that information. You can either use it, like I said, as a standalone tool, or you can see what I did right here is I took that information, put it right here on our charts. Now this green line right here, that's what the scanner was calling as our entry. You see what happened here is we entered right there. We were up about 91 cents, and we have pulled back to almost break even, about another 87 cents. So we're going to see where this one goes. But what I did here, in fact, let me delete this. Let me delete all this here because I know some of you might be wondering what are all these lines and everything on here. Let's go ahead, let's clean this all up. What I did to corroborate this information, there's our stop loss as well. Our stop loss here is at 68.65. And I'm going to come in here and explain to you the importance of using proper risk management on this here and proper equity management as well I'll explain why I was looking at target as being an opportunity. But what I want to do is kind of corroborate this here so that you are doing some analysis over top of this. And for those of you that like to maybe give a little bit of a second opinion on your trades, what I did on here is I brought in what's called my Fibonacci tool. And we actually, in our charting platform here, yeah, somebody was just asking here about this charting platform. This is, once again, part of our technology we produce here at Market Traders Institute. We actually created our own charting platform. We have a built-in Fibonacci tool. We have our built-in standard Fibonacci tool, and we also have an auto Fibonacci tool. I'm not going to go into details explaining how Fibonacci's work, but very basically, all you need to do is just simply come down here to the bottom of your trend, and it automatically draws your Fibonacci's for you. One of the things you'll notice right here when I do that is right here we had a red retracement pullback. So as you can see here, our Fibonacci's are almost lining up exactly with what the market scanner is calling. Now, one other thing, a little simple analysis here. If you may have noticed here, I came in here and drew a trend line, just like that, and we did have a counter trend line break here. So that's why I was looking at this as being a little bit more of a verified trade using the scanner, using a little corroboration over top of it here. So I just want to go ahead and show that here. I'm going to come back in here for my Forex traders. I'll show you here what's going on here with the Australian dollar Japanese yen trade that this is called. But what I want to do is I want to explain to everybody here the market scanner. I'm going to demonstrate that for you right now. So let's pull the market scanner up. The neat thing about the market scanner, as I mentioned here just a couple minutes ago, it is built right into our charting platform. In fact, let me move this over here to the side. The charting platform is built right into our charting, the market scanner is built right into our charting platform. You can access it right here. But the neat thing about this is, like I said, today, we're actually going to offer this market scanner to you as a standalone tool. And like I said, I'll show you here at the end of the webinar, I can get it in your hands, and you can also take it for a test drive, 14 days, risk-free. But the market scanner is also, I'm going to pull this up here just a second here and demonstrate it for you. But the market scanner is also, it can be used in a web browser. So for those who wonder, well, if you're not a student at Market Traders Institute, how do you actually use it? You can use it in Microsoft Internet Explorer, Edge. You can actually use it on a tablet or a smartphone. If you can access it through a browser, I think I use it through Firefox or one of those browsers, it's web-based. You can actually use it. So that's for those of you wondering if you're not a student how you can get access to it today, it's web-based as well. But I just want to explain to everybody that it is built right into our charting platform. So let me go ahead and quickly explain to you how the market scanner works, and I'll show you here how we can do some quick scans on it. What you're going to be looking here is what you can come in here, and well, actually one of the first things I want to point out is that the market scanner, let's switch this over to stocks. I know we have a lot of stock traders here. You can use this for stocks, ETFs, futures, and the Forex. I'm going to demonstrate to you today for stocks and Forex. If you want to learn how to use it for ETFs and futures, once again, you can go through education to learn how to do it for that. But the market scanner does provide a lot of market information here. In fact, if you come up here, it's a one-stop shop. Let's say that we're looking at Apple, AAPL. We can come in here and it pulls up detailed quote information, recent trades. For my options traders, I think I did see a lot of options traders here. You can pull the options chain right up here, right from the market scanner. Your charts, news, financials, analysts, recent earnings reports, that sort of thing. To do a quick scan here, let's go ahead and let me show you how the market scanner works. To do a quick scan, you come in here and first of all you select your time frame. Now I have this set at a 120-minute time frame. For those of you who might trade on a different one, I just set it for 120 for this presentation. You can choose either be conservative or aggressive. Those who wonder what that means, it depends on how your stop loss moves. I'll explain to you here in just a second how that works. For those of you, maybe you choose to trade a specific index. You can come in here and choose a specific index, or in this case, we'll just leave it for the full market. And then you can choose whether you want to be bullish or bearish on the long term or the short term here. So very simply, we come in here and if we hit scan all, the market scanner is going to quickly scan the market, and here's what it comes back saying here. Let me pull this up here. Based on the information I just put in there, on the open trades that the market scanner is calling, there'd be 583 winning trades, 95 losing, and 66 that we would want to stay out of. I know most of you right now, you're probably thinking, well, how would we even tackle trading what about 600, 700 trading opportunities here? One of the things I want to point out first of all is if you notice some of these here, some of these are probably some that you wouldn't even want to come in and trade as well. In fact, some of these, you have $9 here, $4, $1.38. Some of these have already hit, whoops, Some of these have already hit both their profit targets here. So here's what we can do. We can refine this a little bit. We come back up here and let's set our minimum price at $20, our minimum volume at 1 million, and we hit scan all. And oops, hold on, maybe I need to reset this here. Let's set this at 20 and set our minimum volume, and we hit scan all. Okay, hold on one second. Let me back this back up again. Actually, maybe I did one too many there. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think I did. I typed in one too many zeros there. So now what's coming back here, we refine it a little bit. We change our volume details and our minimum pricing. Now it's saying 114 winning trades, 10 losing, 5 flat here. So once again, still quite a few that we would probably wouldn't be able to tackle here. So like I said, there's over 40,000 different stocks you can trade in this market. You can probably sit down at your kitchen table, try to figure out what you're looking at here, but the neat thing about the market scanners is they help us quickly find these opportunities just like this. And so for those of you who wonder, well, how do we find opportunities that are going on right now? If you see here, like this one right here on AT&T, we've already hit both of our profit targets. This one on Verizon, it's hit both of them. What we're looking for right here are what are called pre-buy opportunities. So we have Comcast, Northeast Utilities, Cabot Oil. These are the opportunities that we are looking at. So what we can do to quickly find them is we come in here and we just simply hit pre-buy. And if we come in here and we hit pre-buy, that's going to narrow this down. In fact, this is saying that we have 4 results. Comcast, Northeast Utilities, HCP, and Cabot Oil. Now, as I mentioned before, the market scanner, it can give you your entry, your profit targets, your stop loss. It's all built right in. Now, once again, if you want to use it as a standalone tool, let me just go ahead and let me teach you a quick little trick here. Some of these here, on this one right here on Comcast, it's telling us our entry is at about 63, our stop is at 62. So we would be risking about $1 per share on this trade. We're going after, for the first profit target, about $1. So that is essentially a 1-to-1 risk ratio. You will determine what your risk tolerance is. If you think that's acceptable, then you might want to go ahead and take this one. Now, target number 2 is at 65, so that's probably that's a 2-to-1 risk ratio. On this one right here on Northeast, it's about, let's see, we're risking about 1, going after 1, so that's 1-to-1. Let's see what this one is here. Okay, this one right here, HCP. HCP, it's telling us our entry is at 34.60. Our stop loss is at 34.12, so we're risking about 48 cents on this trade. We're going after about $1.50 here, so that's about a 3-to-1 risk ratio. So HCP, probably not too bad. Let's go ahead, let's take a look at that one here for simplicity's sake and for time's sake here. So here's what we can do. We pull up the market scanner, and it's telling us, once again, our entry is at 34.60. Profit target number 1 is 35.94. Second profit target's 36.82. It's telling us that on the 15-minute, the 30, 60, 120, and the weekly, we are in an upward bullish movement. So we got a little bit of backup there, a little bit of corroboration on multiple time frames. Now to show you here how we can pull this up here, let me move this over here to the side. I'm gonna pull this back up here in just a second. What we can do is we can come in here, and that was HCP, and that was on a 2-hour time frame. I'll show you how easy it is with what I'm showing you here, what I showed you on these other trades. Let's go ahead, let's pull this up. There we go. Okay, so let me bring this back over. Whoops. I'll bring this back over. And all I'm simply going to do is I'm going to click on that chart once again. There we go. And I can just simply, I'm going to move over to the side. I'll bring it back up here in just a second. So we're looking at here, it's telling us our entry would be at 34.60. Right there. First profit target is telling us, what is that? That is, when we get blue, it's going to be at 35.94. And then second profit target up here is going to be at 36.82. And then we're looking at our stop losses on a 2-hour time frame. Let's see, that is going to be 34.12. There we go. Now, for those of you who want, let's go ahead and bring this back over. Let's bring this back over to the side over here. And for those who wonder where I'm getting this information, once again, it's coming right off the scanner here. Oops. I need to bring this back up. There we go. So, hold on a second. There we go. So, let's bring this over here. So there's our entry, 34.60. First profit target is 35.94. Second profit target is 36.82. So on this trade, we're risking about 49 cents going after about $1.34. So that's a little bit less than a 3-to-1 risk ratio. Profit target number 2 is 2.19. So it's about a 4-to-1. So once again, you can determine whether this meets your risk tolerance. And then for those of you who want to do a little bit more analysis on here, we can come in here to the beginning of this new trend. We draw our Fibonacci's. And in this case right here, we had a blue retracement pullback. So we're going to be looking for it to come up to right about there. And if we come in here, we draw a trend line. Just like that, we had a counter trend line break. So yeah, this one doesn't look too bad. So HTP on the 2-hour time frame, we're not looking too bad. If anything, our risk tolerance is probably well within probably for a lot of you here. So we'd be probably looking at something like this here. So that was on HCP. Now for my options traders, once again, if we were looking to trade options on this, we can simply just come in here now, and let's pull this down here. I need to come out. Hold on a second. I need to come out of that. And then for HCP, view the detailed options. And for those of you that are trading options, you're looking maybe to buy a call on this. I can come in here and see which one might meet your criteria as far as doing that right there. So there it is on the stock market. Let me see how much time I have. So I've got about 20 minutes left here. Let me show you here that target trade. I think I showed you that target trade here. Let me pull this, minimize this. Right there. So yeah, so the target trade here, once again, we got a little Fibonacci corroboration. The risk tolerance is about a 1-to-1 at the first profit target. The second profit target, oops, let me delete that. So what are we risking on this one? We're risking about 94 cents. Second profit's 262, so that's about a 2.5-to-1 risk ratio on that target one here. But I come back in here. Let me show you some of the other trades that were in one of the previous investor inspirations here, and we'll come back in here. I'll show you how to do this on the Forex, and then I'll show you how to get this in your hand. So let's see here. I showed you Facebook. Okay, here's AT&T. This is the one I showed about 2 weeks ago in the investor inspiration. Actually, I think this one was just about a week or so ago. No, it was 2 weeks ago. This market scanner called this one. There was our entry right there. First profit target, we hit it. It was 63 cents. It was about a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. Second profit target right here was a 2-to-1. Now, as you can see here, it also came up and hit our D extension. So the neat thing about this at the market scanner is that as the market's going up, you're hitting these profit targets, the market scanner will actually tell you where to move your stop loss up and to lock in some of these profits here. So we'd still be pretty profitable on this trade. Probably wouldn't have gotten stopped out of this trade as well. So that's kind of neat on that one right there. So what I'm going to do right now is let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and pull and show you how to use this in the Forex market. And then what I'll do is we have time. I'll actually have you type in either some ticker symbols or some currency pairs you want me to look at, and we'll see if we have time to do a quick scan here. So let's bring the market scanner back over. In fact, actually, before we do this here, let me show you here. Here was that. I had another trade. I think this was in the last investor inspiration. Yeah, I think this is the last investor inspiration from about a week or so ago. This was on the pound Swiss franc currency pair. There was our entry at the green line. Our first profit target was 125 pips. Second profit target was 191 pips. And then right here, it hit our D extension for 531 pips. So we would probably still be in this trade locking in profit as it's going along just like that here. In fact, actually probably, yeah, actually with Brexit right there, Brexit probably would have taken us out of that trade. So I just want to show you here, for those of you who might have been in that last webinar, that's what happened on that trade right there. So let's go ahead. Let's have about 20 minutes left. Let's go ahead. Let's bring the scanner back up. And let me show you here for my Forex traders how we can use it in the Forex market just like that. So I'm going to go ahead. Let me reset my scanner. And let's switch this over to the Forex market. And once again, for the Forex market, it's the exact same way. We come in here, we can select our time frame, whether we want to be conservative or aggressive. For the Forex market, we can either choose the whole Forex market, or if you're a basket trader, you can choose individual currencies that you like to trade, or once again, bullish or bearish on the short term or the long term, just like that here. So let's go ahead, let's bring this down. And if we do a scan here on the Forex here, once again, we're looking at, okay, this is showing about 8 trades. It's telling us here the U.S. Canadian dollar is a pre-buy, and we have here Swiss franc is a pre-buy, U.S. Canadian dollar, and the Swiss franc Japanese yen. Now, once again, same thing with the market scanner. If we simply want to come in here and do a pre-buy, it narrows it down, telling us that these are 1, 2, 8 different currency pairs to look at. Now, first of all, normally I wouldn't have a problem looking at these pound currency pairs here, the pound Australian dollar, pound Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, yen, and the New Zealand dollar and the US dollar. Right now with Brexit, we are looking at a potential reversal on these pairs. So I probably wouldn't be too confident trading those right now. So what I would do is I would probably look at maybe here the US Canadian dollar. Let's go ahead, let's click on that one right here. Let's pull up the chart on this one. And here's what it's telling us here. It's telling us here that our entry would be at 1.3086. First profit target's 1.313. Second profit target's 1.3209. And our stop loss, this is a 2-hour time frame, is at 1.30239. So once again, let's go ahead, let's bring this over here to the side. And let me see if I can quickly get this information pulled up here. In fact, let me go ahead, I'll just go over here to this one. Let's pull up the chart on that one, and just like that here. So yeah, so that's the neat thing about our charting platforms. Yeah, we can do stocks and Forex right from our charts. That was the U.S. dollar, Canadian dollar on a 2-hour time frame. Yeah, so a lot of you asking a lot of these questions about the charting platform here. Yeah, this is something here we actually. Maybe at the end of the webinar, if you want, I can show you how to get this in your hands as well. We also have a trial on this. In fact, actually, one of my colleagues, Joe Cavallaro, I think he's going to be presenting later on the charting platform. He'll go into a little more detail about this as well. I'll show you how to get this in your hands here today as well. But let's go ahead. Let me show you quickly here. Our entry is 130. Oops, hold on one second. So it's telling us here our entry is going to be at 130.86, and we're looking at, it's telling us our first profit target. It's going to be at 1.313. And then our second profit target's at 1.3209, and our stop loss is going to be at 1.30239. There we go. And once again, let's move this over here to the side. And for those of you who wonder where we're getting this information, if you may have just came into the webinar, it's all coming right here from the scanner. There's our, oops, let me move this over here. There we go. So 1.3086, that's our entry. First profit target is at 1.313, second profit target 1.3209, and our stop loss is right there. Now, once again, you use it as a standalone tool. But one of the things you might want to do before you even place a trade is see what our risk management or risk tolerance is on this trade here. So we're going to be risking about 53 pips. Profit target number 1 is 42 pips. That's less than a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. I don't know if anybody here would have that type of risk tolerance. I probably wouldn't have it on that. But profit target number 2 is 124. So if we're risking 56 going after 124, so that's about a 2-to-1 risk ratio. That's probably not too bad. Let's come in here now. We do some quick analysis. We put our Fibonacci's over top of this, and let's see, we had a red retracement pullback, so our fibs, let's come in here, so our blue fibs lining up right there. So it's telling us our Fibonacci's, we'll be looking for it to potentially come up there to our D extension. For those of you who wonder, we had a green retracement pullback, I'm sorry, red retracement pullback right there. That's why I'm looking for a D extension right there. So if we also were looking here at a counter trend line break, coming here just like that. In fact, actually what I'm going to do here is, for those of you, I know my friend, my colleague Joe's going to be showing you this here later. We have some of these neat built-in tools here. If we come in here, we can simply just draw our smart trend line. Automatically draws our trend line for us here. So we had a counter trend line break. It's telling us our entry is going to be right there. So once again, it comes down to your risk tolerance. Is your risk tolerance here, is it good here at 2-to-1 right there? If we come up here to our D extension, it's 278 pips. So if we're risking 56 going after 260, that's about a 5-to-1 risk ratio. That's not too bad. Once again, you can determine what your risk tolerance is on this here. So I still have about 15 more minutes here. I'm actually going to go ahead. If you guys want to go ahead, we'll see if we can pull up some currency pairs or some stocks you want me to do a quick scan on, and we'll see if we have anything going on right here. But before we do, let's come back in here. The other neat thing about this, let me show you one other thing we can do here with the market scanner, is you can use it on a larger time frame. You can come in here and do a scan on a larger time frame, like a daily time frame. Let me go ahead and close this here. So if you want to come in here and do a scan on a daily time frame, I don't know if I have anybody here that does trade on a daily signal here. If we were to come in here, oh, that's actually for the Forex market. But let me show you here a recent trade here. I was looking at yesterday. It's on the US dollar, Canadian dollar. All right, let me show you here how we can use this as well, utilizing a daily signal. Now I did a scan here on the daily signal, and here's what the results were. It's telling us our entry was at 1.3101. First profit target was at 1.332. Second profit target's at 1.3547. So we were going after pretty much a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio on this one. So yeah, your risk tolerance probably isn't going to be the best on this, especially if you're risking about 200 pips going after 200 pips. A 2-to-1 risk ratio is not too bad, but like I said, a lot of you probably don't trade on a daily time frame. So here's what we can do. Use the daily time frame for direction, for guidance. So what I do is I simply pulled up right here the US dollar, Canadian dollar on a 1-hour time frame, and if we were to use it on the 1-hour time frame, you can see here your risk tolerance is going to be a little bit less here because you're going to be going after your stop loss is probably going to be right around here. So all of a sudden now your 1-to-1 risk ratio is now going to be a 2-to-1 risk ratio based off of what the the 1-hour time frame is showing. Plus, if you see here, once again, the Fibonacci's line up almost exactly with what we got right here. So a little bit of corroboration right there. We had a red retracement pullback. The Fibonacci's line up with that. And then if we're going after profit target number 2, do I have that written down? I can have that written down. That's probably going to be about a 4-to-1 risk ratio. So you can use it. There's a couple different ways you can show you how to use this here. In fact, let me go ahead and show you that right now. Oops. On the back end here, we're going to teach you and show you how to do this. Here's that back end. You'll get access to this as well. All the information for the market scanner. There's some training videos, different ways of how to use the market scanner. A lot of frequently asked questions are built right into this as well here. So what I'm going to do is I have about 3 or 4 more minutes here. Let's go ahead. Let's pull up the scanner here. And I know a lot of you. I see a lot of you here are stock traders. Let's go ahead. Let's set this back to stocks. And oops, let me reset my scanner here. And here's what we're going to do. Go ahead. I'm going to take about 15 seconds here. Type in any ticker symbols you would like for me to do a quick search on. Let's see if we can find anything here. Like I found Target here. So okay, so Daniel likes AMRS. We got Under Armour. Thank you for that, Jamie. Facebook's another good one. Thank you for that, Daniel. OXY, WLL. Netflix, I was actually just looking at Netflix right before coming in here today, Jay. Yeah, Netflix had a nice little U-turn here today. Apple, Maria, thank you. DR and A, thank you for that, Daniel. Tesla's another one that's on our watch list as well, always watching that. Cisco, CSCO, eBay. I actually just used eBay last night, and Twitter. And CSX. And oh yeah, actually Adobe. I like Adobe as well. And we'll do CSX. And let's do a quick search here. Let's see what comes up here. And let's see here. So let's see who typed in. So Jack here. So Jack on Occidental Petroleum. We're looking at a pre-sell. It's telling us that our entry is going to be at 72.49. Our first profit target is going to be at 69. So we're going after what, about maybe $3.50 on that one for first profit target. Second profit target now is at 64. So we're going after what? We'll say about $8 on that. Our risk on this one is about, we'll say about 4. So what did I say we're going after this one? So we're looking at about a 1-to-1 risk ratio at profit target number 1. Profit target number 2 is a little bit better on that one. And I think it was James was looking at Under Armour. Under Armour's a pre-sell as well. And just like that here. So what we're going to do is let's go ahead for my Forex traders. I'll do a quick scan here on the Forex side, and let's use the daily on that. Let's do scan all. Oops, there we go. So for those of you, my long-term traders here, we got a pre-buy on the US dollar Swiss franc. Now, for those of you wondering here, let me go ahead. Let's pull up here the New Zealand dollar, US dollar. It's hit both of its profit targets. We captured 152 pips in about 3 weeks on this trade. We got in on the first. We just recently. No, actually, we're still in this trade. Hold on. Let's go. Let's pull this one up, and I can actually show you here once again how the market scanner is going to move your stop loss up. So we've actually come up here. We hit profit target number 1. We hit profit target number 2. We are getting a little bit of a pullback here, so we might get stopped out here. The market scanner moved the stop loss up here. So if anything, you've locked into profits up to 69.46 on this trade. I'll show you one more here just like that. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. We're up about 146 on that one. And yeah, same thing going on with that one as well. We've hit profit target number 1. Our stop loss up is actually moved up to profit target number 1, and we did hit profit target number 2. We did get a pullback on that one. So that's where, once again, using some analysis on this here, that you might, if you're doing some analysis, you might be able to come in here and see different things. So actually, what we're doing, let me go ahead here. I still have about 9 more minutes here. Let me show you actually one of those trades here. How analysis, we do some analysis over top of it, can help you out. So let's come back in here on that monster trade, which was on, I think it was the pound Canadian dollar right here. Now, once again, this is that one that was called in the Investor Inspiration about 2 weeks ago. There was our entry. We hit profit target number 1, profit target number 2. Now watch what happened here. It hit profit target number 2 and then began to reverse. Now, had we done some analysis on this, some trend lines, some Fibonacci analysis, we may have gotten out of this trade before we lost too much on it. In fact, our stop loss probably would have been moved up to somewhere right around here. So once again, you can use it how you want. We'll teach you several different ways of using it here. Now, yeah, a lot of you asking, how do you get this here? Yeah, I know Michael and Daniel, some of you asking about the pricing on here. So what I'm going to do is, before we waste too much more time here, let's go ahead. Let me show you here how you can actually get this in your hands here today. I did show some of these other trades here, that US dollar, Canadian dollar. Now, once again, the market scanner, it's using technology to help you quickly find opportunities in the market. It'll help you find those pre-buy and pre-sell conditions, both in stocks and in option in Forex. It's predetermined risk-reward ratio. Once again, you determine what your risk tolerance is. If the trade doesn't meet your risk tolerance, you don't take it. If it does, once again, you trade within your own risk management here. You can customize your time frames, and you can create customized watch lists that if there are certain stocks, certain currency pairs you're looking at, we can show you how to create watch lists on that as well. And once again, you're going to get with the market scanner. You'll get the market scanner. For those of you that are students of Market Traders Institute, you can access it right from the charting platform. If you're not a student, you can access it from a web browser. It's web-based as well. You'll get a quick start training. I pulled that up for you. We'll go into detail through videos. We'll teach you and show you how to use the market scanner. For my Forex traders, if you want to learn how to trade the Forex, we're also going to throw in about $2,000 worth of Forex boosting profit-free bonuses, and you're also going to get lifetime of support. Now, the neat thing about the market scanner is that it is on a month-to-month basis. As long as you are continuing on that month-to-month basis, we will support you as you're going along. Now, the other neat thing about the market scanner here today, not only do you not have to be a student to get it here, but we're also going to allow you to take it for a test drive for 14 days risk-free. Now, the other neat thing about this is that even if you were a student, through one of our education programs here, to get the market scanner, it would be about $299 a month. Once again, it's on a month-to-month basis. However, for Investor Inspiration here today, we're doing something special here. We're actually going to not only charge you $99 for the first month, once again, risk-free for the first 14 days. So you can actually get the market scanner in your hands here today, go through the training, learn how to use it, practice for 2 weeks. What's today? Today is Tuesday, the 28th. You come back here in 2 weeks. If you don't see the value in this, if you're not getting the type of results you're looking for in this market, you just don't see the value in it, I hate to even say this, even if you do see the value in this, at least take it for the test drive. You can cancel at any time within those first 14 days. Now, if you choose to go beyond those 14 days, you will get charged for the $99 for that month. And if you choose to go beyond that first month, we're actually going to save you we're going to save you $100 a month after that. It'll only be $199 a month after that as well. It's part of our Investor Inspiration here today. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to send that link out To everybody here in the room, I see a lot of you asking about how to get the market scanner. Yeah, you don't have to be a student here today. Normally, you'd have to be a student of Market Traders Institute to get the market scanner. We're going to allow you to actually take it for a test drive without being a student. We've done this for the last 2 Investor Inspiration webinars here, had great response to it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to offer it one more time here today as part of Investor Inspiration. Now, once again, you're going to get 14 days to take it for a test drive risk-free. So you can take it for a test drive today. Take it for the next 2 weeks. If you don't find the value in it, you simply contact us. We'll give you a full refund of that $99. Here's the other thing. Even if you do see the value in it, you know what? You just decide you want to return it. You have 14 days, whether you like it or not, to return it. Risk-free, 100% money-back guarantee. So if you've been to our webinars before and you've seen that market scanner, you've been waiting to take it for a test drive, here's the opportunity to do it, risk-free opportunity here. Now, once again, we're going to throw some bonuses in as well as part of this here today. Once again, it's going to show you your entries, your stop loss. You can use it as a standalone tool, or you can also do some analysis over what the scanner's calling to allow you to do that here today. So once again, this is part of our Investor Inspiration Special here today, $99 for the first 30 days. So yeah, if you take it for those 30 days, you'll be charged that $99. If you decide to cancel within the first 14 days, you will get that $99 back. If you choose to go beyond those 30 days, we're only going to charge you $199 a month, and it is on a month-to-month basis. You can cancel at any time, and you won't have to. There's no contracts, nothing that is involved with this here today. So now Adrian's asking, do you get the charting? No, the charting is not with the software. However, the neat thing about this, if you stick around, Adrian, my colleague Joe Cavallaro, he will be presenting in this Investor Inspiration webinar later on today. I don't know what his special is, but we are going to be doing a special with the charting platform as well. So for those of you, if you do get the market scanner here today and you take advantage of the charting platform as well, you can access it right from the charts. And the other neat thing about this is that if you aren't a student of Market Traders Institute, it is web-based. You can access it right from the web. So if you have a Mac or a PC, you can access it right from a web browser here. And if you have a smartphone or tablet, you can access it right from your mobile device as well. So once again, when you do register for them, I send that link out one more time. Let me send this link out to everybody here in the room. You click on that link. Yeah, for those of you that are looking to register for it, you click on the link, you come to this page, and once again, to go into detail explaining everything I just showed you here today, you're going to get all this right here. Everything I showed you here, you enter your billing information, your payment information, you place your order. Probably what's going to happen is you'll get an email confirmation letting you know that you are registered for the scanner, and then you will get a separate email with your login information, giving you the login information to access this back end right here. So what I want to do here, for those of you, I only have about 2 more minutes. For those of you that are interested in this market scanner, I'll stick around here for about a minute or so after the end of the webinar, but if you have any further questions, you might want to write this down. This is our customer service line, and here's our 800 number if you have some additional questions about this after the webinar. This is only for this webinar here today. It's only for this Investor Inspiration webinar, so if you're looking to take advantage of this, once again, it's only $99 for the first month. It's risk-free for the first 14 days. So would it be worth it to simply just go ahead, take it for that 14-day test drive, see if this works for you? If it doesn't, you've risked nothing here. You'll be able to at least take it for that 2-week test drive, get your full $99 back. Once again, even if you see the value in this, you'll still get, you want to cancel within those 14 days. I hate to say that, but realistically, if you want to, it is a 14-day test drive. Take it for the 14-day test drive, see if this is for you. You don't have to take my word for it here today. You don't have to take Market Traders Institute's word. We're going to offer you that 14-day money-back guarantee as part of this here today. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead. I have about 1 more minute. If anybody has any questions with this, anybody having trouble with the link? I see some of you asking, can I send the link out one more time? There we go here today. So David's asking how you use it after the holiday. Unfortunately, David, this is only for today's webinar. You're not going to be able to, this link is going to expire, I think, probably within an hour or so after the webinar ends here today. So is everybody, make sure, is everybody getting that link? I want to make sure everybody gets it before we leave the webinar here today. It says I'm about to run out of time. I apologize, my friends. I did go through this pretty quickly. Unfortunately, what I kind of gave you here today is just a very basic Cliff Notes version of how this works. Okay, so I see Phil says he doesn't see the link. So if anybody wants that link, go ahead, type in, either you don't see the link like what Phil did. I'll stick around here for about another minute after the webinar. I'll send out the link to you personally here. Or if you want to go ahead, okay, so Earl, Phil, I'll send that out to you guys here. So let me send that out one more time. It should be in the chat section. in your chat section here. So on that, though, my friends, unfortunately, I've run out of time. 45 minutes really isn't a lot of time to go into a lot of the details about this, but if you, like I said, if you do see the value, it's at least worth taking it for that test drive.